Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you guys saw last week's video, you are probably very excited for this week's video where we are going to actually be going to Target in person and checking out all of the new items for summer 2023 with Hearth Hand by Joanna Gaines. I am super excited to be sharing this video with you guys. We're going to be going through pretty much everything that I see in the store. There are a couple old things that I'm going to be pointing out to you that are just really good basics, something to consider, that are at a really good price. And there's a bunch of new items to share with you, from florals to random home decor, as well as some really fun summer sort of activities. There's lots of fun things in this collection. And as mentioned before, I did talk about this video in last week's video. If you missed that, I will have it linked in the description box down below. We went online and I picked out my top 10 items that I could find online from this collection, and it's really, really good. Make sure that you like this video, you subscribe, let me know in the comments below what some of your favorite things are that you saw today. But I believe that is everything. We are going to go ahead and head to Target, and then we're going to come back here and I'll show you guys everything that I picked up. Okay, let's head on in to Target. The first place that I went to was actually their sort of garden center at the back of the store. Leave this emoji in the comments below if you'd like to see another video of all the threshold line, the rest of the gardening supplies, as I thought there were a lot of good finds and fun things to look at. Now, I sort of broke everything down into categories. Obviously, you don't need to use these only in those areas, but I just sort of grouped everything together that was sort of alike and complemented each other. These bookends are beautiful. They aren't new. They're from a couple years ago, but I love the wooden tone of them, and I love the very abstract, very minimal look that they have. They also had these storage boxes that I found out also aren't new. I completely thought that they were for this year, but these would be fun to put on a desk and to hide away little things that you don't want to see, cords and stuff like that. Some really fun organization options, especially if you have a home office. Up next was one of the most abundant sections in the whole entire line, which was candles and fragrances. Mostly candles, but there are so many new ones for this year. There's lots of really big citronella candles that are perfect to go outside and keep mosquitoes away, as well as this little set of mini ones that I thought was super cute if you have a very small patio. What I love the most about these candles are the containers that they come in. I feel like they are super rustic looking. They have a lot of texture and they have a very beautiful ceramic sort of stone feel to them, and I feel like they have a very French country sort of European garden vibe, and I feel like they are just so pretty. So they have some neutral ones as well as some pops of color, like this beautiful bright orange color. I really loved the way that this one looked, and of course many different scents. There was grapefruit basil, there was one that was, I believe, a lemon pie or something that smelled super good. Lots of very fresh fragrances, and it was really fun to go around and see which ones I liked the best. And as you've seen a little bit, there are a few big ones, but there are mini versions of these scents as well that come in a little bit of a different packaging style. These ones are a bit more on the affordable side, of course, because they are smaller. But again, if you have a small space where you feel like you wouldn't use this every day, every week, it might be really nice to have a little candle. So whenever you have company or anything like that, or you're hosting, you have a really beautiful fresh scent to pair with the outdoors. So as you saw, they had that more sleek version, and they also have some mini versions of the citronella candles that we were looking at earlier, and of course that beautiful terracotta sort of burnt orange color. And I don't believe these ones are new, but they're sort of a concrete container, and I like how it has the scent written on it if you like that sort of look. Next up is bedding and pillows, or as I like to call it, the cozy section. They had a bunch of really new, at least new to me, pieces. The first thing that I spotted was this quilt set. I love quilts because they're very breathable. These ones had very simple patterns, and I feel like they'd just be a very nice summer and spring option. They also had a bunch of pillowcases, sheet sets, and of course a lot of pillows. I highlighted just a few here because there were so many, and this gingham one has been super popular amongst influencers and content creators here on YouTube, so I had to look at that. I feel like it's so pretty and summery, and just all kinds of blankets, throws, shams, and just lots of very fun textures. You can really mix and match these, and I love how neutral they are. That way you can add in color as you please as the seasons change, which makes them super versatile and easy to use. Up next, we're going to talk about all the bathroom accessories that I found. There really weren't that many when I went through my store, but there were a few highlights, such as this wicker basket. I thrifted something very similar to this, and I feel like it's so pretty to use in a little styling moment with a couple other pieces. It's also a really good size to store away any little things you don't want to see. They also had these really pretty shower curtains. They had a few different patterns, but I really liked this one and the subtle striping of it along with the tassels. They just added a little bit of texture and coziness. And these bath hooks that I talked about in last week's video, I found these sort of tucked in the back, and I only found them in the black color, but they are really pretty, very simple. And they had a few options for washcloths and towels. I felt like this blue set was really pretty. Again, a really nice calming pop of color to complement any sort of color scheme. Now we're going to look at some of the kitchenware items with Hearth Hand. There are a few more later on in this video that are very specifically for the summertime, but there are a few new pieces here, like this wicker basket. I love this. It would be beautiful on a coffee table, styled up with a few books and a candle. I feel like it's so pretty, and I love the texture on the side. Lots of wicker this year, which I really love. You guys know I love wicker and the amount of texture that it adds. Something that I've never seen at Target before, or I guess I never have noticed at my Target if it's been here for a while, is that Hearth Hand has their own cast iron skillet. Apparently it's from 2021, but I have never seen this before in my store, and it is really heavy. It seems to be really good quality, and I love the very subtle cream color. These jars for honey and sugar and coffee, these are not new by any means. I have seen these multiple times, but I just thought they're really cute, very simple. Although for the honey, I feel like you couldn't use that little stick and put it back in that spot without honey getting all over the place, which is obviously a little bit of a downside. But lots of fun things to look at. On this day, they had a cookbook on this cookbook stand. If you have a cookbook or you like to cook with recipes, I feel like this would be a really great place to even put an iPad or anything like that. And of course, I love the wood tone. Lots of different organization options, as well as this very simple rolling pin that I think looked really classic. They also have a glass measuring cup if you're in the need for one of those, and also these really pretty glasses. I thought these were new, but it turns out these are actually from 2020, but I love the simple texture on them, the simple striping on them, a really good basic, especially for the price. Up next is one of my favorite sections, the gardening supplies section. I felt like they had a few things to look at, but I felt like everything was very well made, especially these clay pots. If you're anything like me, I really have been loving these sort of handmade, hand-painted looking planter pots. I've also seen lots of designers and just influencers and creators here on YouTube layering these together and making really pretty vignettes outside. If you're into a little bit more color or a little bit more of a whimsical feel, I feel like these ones are perfect for you. I thought they were super cute. Something I debated getting were these gardening shears. I love the look of them, but then I remembered I have scissors. So if you want to level up your gardening game a bit, I feel like this is a really good find, especially for just a few dollars. Another thing I noticed was this flower press. I went to Target a couple different times and I didn't see this the first time around, but I felt like this was really fun if you like to make things with flowers, especially if you grow them yourself. Now, we couldn't make a spring and summer decor video without talking about plants, stems, and vases. As I said before, some of these are older items, maybe something I didn't notice before, or just really classic looks that I feel like would look so beautiful, such as these little plants. I love the pot that they come in and the subtle texture. These mini plants are beautiful if you want to put together a little vignette or complement a piece that's a bit larger, maybe darker in color. I feel like it add a really nice contrast, and there's a couple different variations to choose from. Just love the versatility of these. They also had a variety of stems. A few of them are not new, but I did pick out a few that I really liked, such as these white flowers. I love how small they are and just how natural they look. One thing I find consistently with Hearth Hand is that they deliver on the size of their florals. Even though they're a little bit more pricey compared to somewhere like Hobby Lobby, you usually can get a lot bigger stems. Like this one here was super tall. I don't think the camera is doing it justice, but this simple greenery piece is so big, which makes it so versatile and easy to incorporate in any space. I also thought that this vase was new, but turns out it is not, but I love how big this is and the subtle texture on it, how it looks a bit aged and how it's a bit on the bigger side, so you can make a really big statement floral arrangements. I also ended up finding these bud vases that we talked about in last week's video. Again, it turns out that these aren't new. I've just never seen them in my store. As you guys can see, I only found a couple. I found one of the small ones and one of the medium ones, and you'll see the small one was so much smaller than I envisioned, but nonetheless they are very cute. Ones that I found in stores seem to have a little bit of a blue tinge to them. Online they didn't really have that, but I feel like it's super subtle that it wouldn't really clash with any sort of color scheme. But I love the texture on these and in the way that they reflect light as you move them around. And then here's just another style of vase that they have made in the past that I feel like is very classic and beautiful. I love the sort of matte finish on this. I love the shape of it, and of course it's ceramic, so I love the way that it looks, and it comes in a few different sizes as well as a few different colors. And lastly, I have rounded up all of the other items that we missed in this video and put them into their own category of things that are super special and timeless and also very unique for this spring and summer season. One of the first things I saw was this pickleball set. We have pickleball paddles and pickleballs. If we didn't, I definitely would have grabbed those. I feel like they are so pretty, especially for the price. They also had these sort of vintage inspired radios. They're actually Bluetooth compatible, so if you really like that look and you're looking for an outdoor or even just indoor radio and you like that vintage style, I feel like that would look really nice. They also had some really fun beach accessories like that beach towel with the fringe on it, and then I really love this textured woven sort of wicker. I love the subtle striping, and I just really liked the free flow shape of it. It also had a nice little snap on the inside that's magnetic, and then the inside is lined with a subtle sort of dark navy and white lining, and I feel like that would look so beautiful hung up inside with some stems inside or anything like that. Also very practical. And then this outdoor thermometer I thought was really pretty. I love the brass tone of it and how simple it looks. And now we're getting into some of the very fun summery things that I personally didn't expect, like that green cooler, these grilling skewers, and fairy lights, a cooler backpack, which I thought was really fun, very practical. Maybe if you camp a lot or you go on a hike or something, I feel like that would be very handy. And as you've seen, a common theme in this collection is this yellow gingham. They have this really beautiful picnic table cover, and it's a nice sort of plasticky material, so it's very easy to wipe down. They also had the gingham theme sort of carried into other things, such as this tiered tray, lots of pops of yellow and tumblers. They had containers for ice. They had popsicle molds, which I thought were so fun, and I like the classic shape that they chose. They also had some ice cube trays, lots of different shapes and designs. They also had these ice cream pints, which I thought were so cute. I love that subtle gingham pattern. They really are good at nailing down that theme and just carrying it throughout all of their products, such as these plates. These are plastic, so if you like to do any sort of summer hosting, spring garden parties, anything like that, I feel like these would be really pretty. This drink dispenser is also beautiful. I love how it's wood on the bottom and it sort of holds up that pitcher. They also had these new glasses. They actually aren't glass as opposed to the other ones we were looking at. These are plastic, and I love the sort of flower detail that they have on them. They have a really nice texture, and they have it in a couple different sizes, and each are only a few bucks a piece, and I feel like they would be so pretty, a really good staple. And if you're on the lookout for a pitcher, this one is plastic and it has a wooden top. Again, very practical for the spring and summer season if you want to make iced drinks or anything like that, lemonade. If you're looking to host this season, I feel like this collection is going to be perfect for you, especially if you like lemonade, because they have this beautiful lemon juicer, which I think was really fun. But that is everything that I saw today. We are going to go ahead and head home, and I'm going to show you guys a few of the things that I decided to pick up while at Target. Okay, we are back home. It is time for a little mini haul. Now, a little disclaimer, the two things that I did pick up were not from the new Hearth Hand collection. However, they are very beautiful and I'm excited to share them with you. As I said earlier, if you guys want to see a full tour of the other summer and spring specific items that are in Target, like the gardening supplies, outdoor furniture, outdoor pillows, the threshold line, anything like that, make sure that you leave this emoji in the comments below and I will try to make that video. I will take any excuse to go to Target again and just wander around for fun. I'm going to share these two things with you. They are so pretty. Very excited about them. The first one is arguably not a decor piece. It's not the intended purpose, but it is very beautiful to use as a decor piece. This is it. I got a little hat. You know when you go on like Instagram and stuff and you see those like really cute pictures of the girls with like the cute little hats? They're very simple, but it's like a very boho sort of vibe, very like not country girl, not like cowboy, but like whimsical. I don't know. That's what I'm going for. So I thought this was really pretty. This is the Universal Thread brand. I actually really love this brand at Target. I feel like their style is on point with mine, and I feel like they make really good quality products. But this is really cute. I like how it has a little bit of a shape at the front and then just a very simple tie. And when I say you can use this as decor, you can definitely hang this up on a wall or something, like on a little hook. I feel like that looks so pretty, especially if you have like a mudroom space. I feel like that'd look really great. I'm exposing the fact that I'm wearing sweatpants with a nice top, but before I filmed this video, it was hanging up here. This looks very beautiful. I love like the warm tone. It just looks very lived in, very rustic, just very homey. I really like it. And then the second thing I got is actually a ceramic piece. I love ceramics. I took a ceramics class back in fall, and I believe I'm taking another one this coming fall. So I'm excited to sort of experiment a little bit and learn a bit more about ceramics and things. So I did pick this up. It's so cute. I love the color of it. It's a very warm sort of beige tan color. It's got a little bit of gray in there, but it's very neutral. It also has a little drainage hole at the bottom, so that's really nice. I've never seen them with these sort of like rubber stopper on them where you can just like take it out or put it back in as you please. But you can see the texture on it. It has sort of a ribbed texture on it, and it looks very aged, and it just looks very simple and beautiful. This was $30. This is with the Threshold line, and it looks like this was from last year. It's not a new piece, but it is a newer piece. I have a really fun plan for this. So in the next month or so, I'll be looking out for a video that's sort of like a patio refresh, sort of putting my patio back into like spring and summer mode, where we're going to be planting lots of things, putting out all the cushions and everything. I would love to use this as a centerpiece on our fire table. It's not super big. I feel like it'd make a great centerpiece with some rosemary or thyme or something in there. And over the years, and just a few things that I've learned about plants, rosemary and thyme, they do well with sunlight, but they can be a little bit sensitive to it. So I feel like it's going to be great to have this not in direct sunlight, but it's still going to get a good amount of sunlight to grow and actually produce herbs and things. So I feel like this is going to look really pretty. Like I said, look out for that video. It should be coming soon. We're going to be planting lots of flowers and plants, and it's going to be really fun. So stay tuned for that. But I thought that this was a really fun piece. Even though I did love a bunch of the things with the Hearth and Hand line, I didn't need anything. I mean, I guess you could argue I didn't need this, but I was on the lookout for some rustic planters. So this is just where I happened to find it, and it is so cute and affordable, and I just think it's going to make a really fun statement on our patio. Alright, that about wraps up today's video. Again, if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe again for that patio makeover. We also have a room makeover coming for my sister. I don't know if that's going to be in the next month, hopefully the next month and a half, 2 months. That's going to be a really, really big makeover, and in real time, I need to start working on that really soon because there's lots of sanding. And again, if you want me to go back to Target, make sure you leave this emoji in the comments, and I will try to get back to you on doing that video, and I'll give you guys like a full tour of the Threshold as well as the gardening, summer, and spring specific items that Target has outside of Hearth and Hand. And with that being said, I really loved everything that I saw today. I feel like this is one of the best lines yet from Hearth and Hand, and I'm really excited to see what you guys think is going to be the most popular, which one is your favorite. And if you like this video, make sure you check out a bunch of the other videos that I've made. I've made a bunch of Target shop with me's and just shop with me's in general at Hobby Lobby, all kinds of different things on my channel. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!